morning, everyone. It's Jackie Lee here from livinganupgradedlife.com. And today I want to talk to you about shortcuts. Something I've been thinking about a lot lately, and it really starts in childhood for me, maybe for you. I grew up with the belief that there are no shortcuts. I can remember times when I was little and I would ride my bike through the backyards to get to the other half. We lived on a horseshoe road, and I would cut through the backyards to get to the other side to my friend's house, and I would get in trouble because there's no shortcuts. And it's little things like that that build that belief that there are no shortcuts, at least not to any place that you actually want to go. So I started with this belief, and it kind of morphed into this whole idea that if you want to do it right, if it's going to be done right, you've got to do it yourself, and that you've got to do everything. And it just turned into this fact in my life. And it's weird because that little fact showed up like everywhere. In my parenting, it showed up as Hannah never having a babysitter until she was like 5 or 6 years old. Because I had to do it all. I had to be there for her all by myself all the time because there's no shortcuts in parenting if you want to be a good parent. In my business, it showed up by me having to do it all. The tech stuff, the writing, the installations, driving traffic, every single thing. Like I felt like I had to do it. Or I was cheating. Or I was being lazy. So in there's this little piece about shortcuts or for lazy people and cheaters. I don't want to be lazy. I don't want to be a cheater. You know what I mean? So I was overworked because I was trying to do everything. And I would see things come up, and especially for my business, automation. No, that's a shortcut. That would be cheating. Can't do that. Outsourcing. Oh, no, that's definitely cheating. You can't do that. Systems. Oh, no. Push button? Oh, absolutely not. That's not quite enough work. We need to do all the work all ourselves to make this right, to make this real. So no shortcut there. And you know, the thing about it is that it limits you. It limits you to what you're capable of doing. I set a glass ceiling for myself because not being able or willing to give out any of the work and to feel like I had to do it all, there's a limit. There's only 24 hours in a day. I'm only one person. So I'm completely limiting my business and myself and my success with this belief. You know, and it's interesting. I've been reading a lot of mindfulness books lately, and I was reading last night about discernment and, you know, versus judgment. And they were talking about when you're judging, you know, you can suddenly see opinions as facts, and it becomes that. And that's what happened to me with the whole shortcut thing. But with discernment, you can actually go in and look at things and weigh, like the scales. You weigh, you know, the good and the bad, the what's real, what's not. And I started really thinking about this whole shortcut thing with discernment. And like shortcuts that didn't seem like cheating to me. And I thought of Facebook. Facebook, you know, is now, reminds me when everyone's birthdays are. I'm a terrible birthday rememberer. But Facebook, thank goodness, like tells me in a little sidebar every day when somebody's birthday is so I can say happy birthday and remember. My smartphone is like the hugest shortcut ever. I used to use one of these. I used to take this with me everywhere. It's so beat up. It's old. I love this little camera. But I would take it everywhere we went. I would take pictures. I would come home. I would upload the pictures to my computer. And from my computer, I would upload them to Facebook or to wherever I wanted to share them at. Now I have a smartphone. And I take pictures of Hannah riding her horse. I upload them directly to Instagram and to Facebook. And I skip steps. And that is what a shortcut is all about. It's about skipping steps that you don't really necessarily have to have in there. Just makes the process a little bit shorter. That's not cheating. That's not being lazy. That's being smart. It's working smart instead of hard. So it's interesting because I really have like shunned all systems because of this. And there's been lots of systems that have come through my business that probably would have been amazing and would have helped me improve my business 100% over the years. But no systems, no shortcuts for me. And I was the same way with this system that I'm now using. I dug my heels in. I'm like, oh, no, I'm not going to use that. That's cheating. No. And finally, because I have good friends who have my best interest at heart, who said, just take a look at it. What's it going to hurt? And it was like amazing and kismet, because during the sales video for the system, I watched it, and there's this point in the video where one guy who's not successful is talking to a really successful guy. And the successful guy says to the not successful guy, do you believe in shortcuts? And I was like, oh, what's he going to say? He's going to say, oh yeah, I totally believe in shortcuts. Oh, this is going to be great. And he said, no, I don't believe in shortcuts. And I started to cry because the successful guy, started talking to him about what a shortcut really is. And how a shortcut takes you from here to here quicker and faster. Not cheating, just smarter. And I was so, I was just so caught up in it, because I realized that all these years, this stupid belief about shortcuts had been holding me back. And it was nuts. And I just could feel like something cracked, something cracked, something broke. That crazy belief just broke, and I was free. And then I could look at things with new eyes, and I could see new ways of being and doing and having, because I let go of this limiting belief. And you know what's really, really crazy? Oh, the dog. What's really crazy is I went to look for a positive shortcut quote to share after I had this moment. I was like, oh, I'm just going to go and I'm going to share this awesome idea that shortcuts aren't a bad thing at all. And the only thing I could find anywhere was, there's no shortcuts in life. If you really want it, there's no shortcuts. You got to take the long road. And I was like, oh my God, our whole freaking society is brought up like this. It's not just me. I know it's not just me. It's everybody. But I beg you, really, have, an eye of discernment and just look at things from both sides. The other thing that, the whole opinion becoming fact thing, that was a huge thing for me, because I always just assumed that it was a fact that there is no shortcuts in life, at least not to anywhere you want to go. But it's not. It's an opinion. It's just something that you believe. And a belief is simply a thought that you keep thinking. So if you decide to stop thinking that thought and stop believing that thought, then everything can change in an instant. It's really quite remarkable. It really is. So if you've been like me and you have been struggling to create a profitable and super profitable business because you're unwilling to take a shortcut, I really, really, really encourage you to take a look at the little shortcut that I'm using now. It is a system that will help you do what you do best and let other people do what they do best, and it will take your business from 0 to hero in a minute. So the link is below. Click it and see what I mean. And look out for that shortcut moment in the video, because it really was a turning point for me. Okay, I have rambled on about shortcuts for long enough, but really, 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 I can't tell you how huge this has been for me. So if you don't think shortcuts are a good thing, if you think shortcuts are just for cheaters and liars, not liars, where'd that come from? And lazy people, I guess maybe there's another belief in there that I thought too. We might have to tap on that. Anyway, click the link below. Check out this shortcut, because if you really, really are serious about making money online, this shortcut will help you. Period. The end. All right, guys, I'll talk to you later. Bye.